Oftentimes, when I speak to people that are coming here on a student visa, it looks as though everybody's just concerned about, let me not say everybody, it looks as though people are just concerned about the deposit. They do not think about the payment plan, or, people have not, I know it's exciting, right? And you really want to come here, but one thing you should consider is the payment plan. Guys, let's talk about payment plan. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is James. If this is the first time you are seeing me, welcome. Please do well to subscribe, like and share before you go. Right, today let's talk about payment plan. This is something that I've noticed that it might not be a lot of people out there, but this video might help someone out there. Right, this is something that I've noticed that people often neglect. Once they receive their offer letter from schools in the UK and they see their deposits, it's exciting, the whole thing is overwhelming. So sometimes you might miss out the payment plan, because I don't think they put, even though some schools might attach their finance and policy, finance policy in the offer letter and all of that. Because you've seen your offer letter, you want to think about how you want to pay and all of that. People often miss that. As far as I'm concerned, payment plan is one of the most important things that you should consider, right, before picking that school that you want to go to. Now, what do I mean by payment plan? We all know that schools here for international students, like they receive their payments in installments, right? And these installments vary from school to school, right? Now, I'm just going to make a quick example of someone that came here in January of this year, and as at then the school was asking for a deposit of £1,000, and this person paid this deposit and then came into this country, right? But the next 25% was due before enrollment, right? Before you start class and all of that. But the school was lenient enough to enroll this person, right? And then towards the end, like that was January, February, March, this person has still not paid school fees. Now, by the end of April, which is also close to the next installment, this person has not made the first fulfillment, right? And this made the school to withdraw this person and report this person to Home Office. This is not a story, I'm not making it up. This happened. I actually saw the email that was sent to this person, right? Now, oftentimes what people will try to do is like salvage this situation. I don't know how this person treated it, but I saw that and I'm like, what were you thinking? The school has given you enough time. What were you trying to do exactly? So it is very important to think about the payment plan and all of that. Now, what I've done today is I have gone to look at some schools, right? And I'm going to use them as an example to talk about this payment plan. Now, one thing I know is that from this September 2022, a lot of schools have increased their deposits. And to be honest, I feel like it might be tough on people, but this is also good, because people often come here, and trust me, it's not just Nigerians, so don't think this is only Nigerians, right? People often come here and they don't fulfill their payments and all of that, and leave the school in debt. It's too much headache. Even you start to run helter skelter. It's very important to plan ahead and know what you're getting yourself into, right? So now, I know that most schools have increased their deposits, and then most schools have said that you must pay 50% by enrollment, right? Even if you pay 50%, it's still important to know how the installment is going to be after the 50% for the remaining of the 50%, right? So now I'm just going to be, see me looking down, I'm just going to be looking at my phone to talk about some schools, right, that and their installment plan, right? So now the first school I want to talk about is University of Derby, right? So this, for September enrollment, it says that you should pay £3,000, right? This is their deposit. And what they have now done is that, okay, they split the school fees into two, right? 50% equal payments, right? But for the first 50%, they've asked students to pay £3,000, right, as the deposit, and then the remaining of that 50% to be paid by the end of November. So that means if you resume in September, you have October and the whole of November to make the payment for the rest of that 50%, right? Which is, in my opinion, this is actually a good a good installment plan, you know, because most schools now are now asking for 50%. So if you can get this is actually good. And then the only thing is that the remaining 50% is due by the end of January, which is a short period of time from the end of November to the end of January. So these are the things that people should consider. You know, I know that a lot of people are coming here on a budget and all of that. It's better you plan ahead, you know, if you can get this money from your home country before you bring it here, because to settle here is not easy. You know, there's rent, there's a lot of things to be paid. And I don't know, people think that, oh, you can just quickly come here and, you know, also and make this money. It might be possible, but then you still need to plan, in my opinion, right? So that's for University of Derby. Now I'm going to be talking about the next one I want to talk about is going to be the Montfort University in Leicester, right? So these ones have said that you should pay 50% before enrollment, right? They've clarified that 50% before enrollment, but now after that they now have two installment plan, right? And these two installment plans, it splits the remaining 50% into 3 payments or 7 payments, which is very lenient, right? So you can imagine you've paid 50% from your home country, you are chillax, right? Now the remaining 50% you can either pay it 3 times or 7 times. Come on, these are some of the things that you know, it releases a lot of pressure from you. You know, you just need to look at all these things, and all these things I'm talking about, you can find them in the finance section on the school website, you know. So this remaining 50% can be paid in November, December, January, February, March, April, and May. So literally split that 50% for 7 months consecutively, right? So that's what that school is saying. So I'm just going to quickly make one more example, and this is going to be for Robert Gordon University. I think this is in Wales. I'm not sure, Wales or Scotland, right? So now these ones also have 2 installment plan. What I don't now know is, do you get to choose this installment plan yourself? You know, all these things, one can ask questions, right? So the 2 installment plan that they have is, one is either you pay 50% by enrollment and pay the remaining 50% in February if you are for September intake, right? While the other one is 3 installment plan where you pay 34% by enrollment, then you pay 33% in November, and then the remaining 33% in January. So these are the things that you can consider before you know, accepting this offer and all of these things, right? Now if you are scared of, because the school expects you that you should have this money, so you might be skeptical about asking the school. If you can't find it on their website, which I don't think you won't be able to find it, because all schools are always there, it's always there. If you can't find it, what you can do is look for people that are going to this school already. They have more knowledge about this payment plan, you know, and they can also ask, you can also ask them, if you default, what will happen? What I know is that if you default, for some schools, they lock your portal, right? Once you pay, they open your portal, and if you've missed tests or coursework, all of those things, you can still submit them, right? So these are the things, you know, it's very, 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 very important to plan ahead, you know, as is very exciting to come here. Please think about finances and think about, you know, plan very well, because it's a lot to move from your home country to a foreign country. Most people even come here, they don't have anybody. Even if you have people in this country, they all pay bills, and you know, a lot of people don't borrow people money here. So it's very important that you plan, you look at all these things, and then you make your plan according to the payment plan of the school that you have decided to go to. And if you can't find enough information, please reach out to people, you know, find them on LinkedIn, or you know, just reach out to people are willing to help, right? So I just thought that it's very important that we take this into consideration, especially, you know, for people coming on a budget. If you're not coming on a budget, come on, feel free, choose whatever school you want to do, but if you are coming on a budget, please consider these things before, you know. It's easy to pay deposits, but you need to also keep paying, right? So I just thought to share this video, and then I hope it helps someone out there. See you guys in the next video. Jesus.